What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Hope everyone had a good Christmas, New Year. Still kind of like bummed up a wee bit, like I had COVID there over Christmas, which wasn't a great New Year. Just after Christmas managed to get it, so it is what it is. But anyway, I've done like 10 days isolation there, and I still have like a cold, but I'm testing negative, so it's all good. Basically, Piers for Christmas got me new speakers for the Lexus. So for a long time, basically from I've got the Lexus, speakers in it have been blown. The journey to Manchester, the only speakers that were working was the two tweeters up in the dash. So I'm gonna fire those in today. Like, shouldn't be that big of a job. Did have to go to Halfords and pick up a set of crimps because Piers has actually moved out. I always use his. He's moved down the unit. Had to obviously get a coffee because it's right beside Halfords. So these are the speakers that we're going to be using. These Pioneer, basically 6 3/4 inch, 70cm speakers. I actually have already done this door over here. I've done it yesterday, so I'll show you the speaker that's come out of it. I'll show you, as I said, they're completely blown. There's literally nothing of the speaker there. So we'll jump in and start into the passenger door. It's actually relatively simple to get off. There's 3 screws along the bottom. There is one just up in underneath here. And we pop this cover off here and pop this up out, and there's a screw here, here, and then one more. Just, you can't really see it, it's dark, but it's in there. So we don't really need a lot of tools for this. A screwdriver, need a T25, I think it is, sorry, T15 Torx. And we pry tools just to get the trim off. So we'll start stripping this door card off, and then we'll put the speaker on. It's relatively easy. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws. Take a door card off, and then just pops off. There's a couple of plugs, depending on which side you're at. There's extra on the driver's one that just need to be unplugged. These are just for the window switch. One at the bottom for the wee puddle light at the bottom, and then the door handle actually can just pop straight out of the door cord. If not, you can just pop out the 2 cables, and then you see the wee balls on the end. You just sort of twist it, and the cable will pop out with it. So take this off. First thing we're going to do, there's a couple of like cable clips on it. Hold on the harnesses around the outside. One here, one here. Just going to pop them off and undo the main plug to it, which should be as simple as maybe not that simple with one hand. Yeah, sorry, so I put it out with one hand. Same with that top clip there, and then this clip you can't really get until you take this all off. Holding it on, there's only 3 star head screws for the full enclosure, so we're going to take them off because we're going to utilise this enclosure, we're going to reuse it. Now you've got the full enclosure out, and you'll see on the back there is a plug there. We want to kind of still use this plug, so we're going to join the cable onto this plug here. And the other thing is, it's kind of hard to film, but underneath these indents, you see these Torx screws. So there's 4 of them the whole way around. So just need to peel back the foam, take out these Torx screws, we'll undo the clip, and then we should be able to pry out the speaker from the actual enclosure. It's actually just like a bit of like sealant that holds it in, so it's kind of awkward. You have to like pry it out, as you were saying, what I was doing there. next thing we're going to need is we want to keep, as I was saying earlier, we want to keep this plug because it plugs into basically a wee like joiner basically, and then plugs into the actual door harness here. So simply just going to cut this off, and then we're going to connect this up to part of the new speakers. So the only issue that we're still going to have with this, just trying to move towards the light, with this enclosure, with the speakers that I have anyway, you see these lines that sort of hold the speaker into place. These actually stop the speakers that I've got from sitting in, because they must be just under 17 centimeters, and it's too tight. So what I'm going to do is just basically grind these all off with the Dremel to leave it nice and smooth. This is the new cable that goes on the speakers. It's literally just like two female spade ends, like crimps. The other end of the cable is just open wire. So that's to basically connect to the car. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to join up this plug onto this end. So you see there is one of the wires has like a black strip on it, and that's going to go to the black one. So pretty easy. We're just literally going to strip the two ends of the 4 cables, join them together, then we can plug this into the original harness, and these two will go into the new speakers. Just saying this now, the crimps from Halfords would not recommend them for stripping cables. Like, they're literally bent. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but just bent trying to strip like 2mm cable, 3mm cable, not even. That's ridiculous. Like, it's terrible. But luckily we only need it for the actual crimp part. So yeah, that's these stripped there. So let's fire the crimps on and put the speaker back in the enclosure and put it back in the door. So I literally actually just had stopped recording there because I ended up using a vise to crimp these together, because these crimps were literally wasting money. I don't know if you can see, but look how kind of hard to pick it up. But they are completely bent. As soon as you try to crimp something, they just bend straight away. Like, and they're red crimps, like they're the smallest you can get. So now just put a bit of heat on these here just to close them up, and we'll put them back into the enclosure. As I was saying earlier, this speaker, like, it'll be tight fit unless you grind down these edges. But so once we've got the edges ground down, just want to line up the holes, which relatively close, and then we actually still need this top section, so just need to pry that off the speaker, and then we'll pop it down on and screw it down. With the speaker all screwed in. I was saying this plug earlier, so we're just going to pop it back in here, and then the two ends here, there only is it's only going one way, so there's a small one and a big one. It's your positive and your negative. So just how you hold this, pop that one on there. Pop second one on the other side. Yeah, before we basically put all the door card back on, we just want to make sure that it actually works. So the only thing we need to do is this grey cable here, and just plug it back in. So we're just going to set the speaker into the door for the minute. Literally, as I was just checking to see if it works, the battery died in the car because it hasn't been drove in like probably about a month and a half. It's just been sitting here and been going in and out of it. Lights been on it. The speaker did work though. So I'm going to build this door back up, and we'll take into doing one of the back ones, and then I'll just do the other one without recording it because it'll be the exact same as this one. Same with the driver's one, basically exact same thing that was just done here. So yeah, let's build it back up and then jump in one of the rear doors. Jumping into the back door card then, I just went ahead and popped off that same cover that was on the front. I'm just going to try and pry this out as well, same as the front. Kind of awkward with one hand. Yeah, I'll probably need to set this down. Oh, there we go. Pry that out, so we've got our screw here. One here. I know there's a couple underneath, and we've got a one up in here, but I can't remember if there is any behind this trim, so I'm gonna just take out these screws, the ones along the bottom, and we'll see if it moves. If it doesn't move, I'm probably gonna have to pop this off because I honestly can't remember. So the rear is actually a smaller speaker and a tweeter, that's what it is. It's blown, or the tweeter actually seems to be okay, but I'm going to be replacing this with another speaker the same as the front. So I'm going to replace both of these just with one new speaker, which will be obviously the same size as this. So the actual housing seems to be the same size, so I need to sort of figure this out. I'm going to try and take this all out. Might need to cut this section out to try and fit the new speaker into it. So I'm going to take these two speakers out and see how we can make it work. Basically, I've came to the conclusion that using this enclosure is just not going to work because the speaker, there's nowhere on it to, like, basically for the holes that need the screws that need to go into it, there's nowhere to put it. What I'm going to do is basically I'm going to have to just screw it to the door, which isn't basically really my preferred way of doing it, but I don't really think we have an option. Went ahead and drilled one hole here, so if we set the speaker in, and we'll line it up, you can see there is the first one, so I'm gonna drill 3 more holes and hopefully we should be good to go. This is definitely not the way that I sort of intended on doing it, but I've just had to put a couple of screws in, 4 screws in, and it's solid, it's not tapping or anything, it's not going to go anywhere. So I've went ahead and pulled that connector out of the old housing, so I have, and put the clip into it, joined my wire on there as well, so this is ready to go into the back of the speaker, and this can just pop straight into here, and that'll be more or less done. So just need to take the speaker back off now, put these 2 ends on, and then we'll probably actually put a jump pack on the car and test it, see if it works. I literally just like jumped the car there and tested the speaker, but obviously I can't play the music because like it'll get copyrighted or whatever. But the speaker works perfectly fine. So gonna fire the door card back on, do the far side, and I think I'm just gonna disconnect the sub for the minute because the sub's blown and it's making it sound awful. But for some reason, whenever I started it there, like the air controller and it, like, I don't know, maybe it was because the battery's flat or something, but it's sitting now, like all 4 wheels sitting at a different height, so nightmare. Can't wait to get like actual air into this car, like a proper air instead of just the OEM bags with an air controller. But yeah, that works. So gonna put the door card back on and then probably just wrap this video up, because no point in showing you doing the other door. We'll just be doing the exact same. Thanks for watching. If you could hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, like the video, share it, whatever. It honestly does help. Want to try and push forward a bit more this year, try maybe get a lot more videos out. Like, towards the end of last year, I was starting to slowly get more videos out. Have a good few things that I want to get done this year to this car. I'm holding all this. My Navara, it's ready for MOT soon, so it's actually going to be going, and the car that we're going to be replacing it with should be able to get a bit of content with it as well. We've also have the drift car as well. We've got the BM. Going to hopefully this year, me and Piers get out and going. We took it out for one day. I was there 15 minutes, snap the drive shaft. So it wasn't really a worth videoing that day at all. But yeah, guys, hit that subscribe button. It really does help. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps with anyone doing speakers on the LS430 or similar chassis. Thanks.